Welcome back to Folk Solo Sports Show. Alright, I want to make this video apologizing to Chris Paul, man. I put out a video before the season started, I believe, saying how Chris Paul wasn't going to be able to get it done with the Phoenix Suns. And uh, he chose, I don't know if it was still true or not, if the Lakers actually were trying to get him to come play with Anthony Davis and LeBron James. I still think that would have been a better situation than him going to the Phoenix Suns with Devin Booker and Crowder and those guys. But I gotta say that it worked out way better than I thought it would. And I gotta say sorry to Chris Paul, man. So I apologize to Chris Paul, man. Came out, just proved me completely wrong, man. And I should have known too. I should have thought about this sooner, but Chris Paul isn't dealing with somebody that is very good at the same thing he is. He's dealing with somebody that's very good in a whole nother category, which Devin Booker is really good at scoring, and Chris Paul is really good at assist. And so when you got two guys on a team that's really good at two different things, and they're taking up two categories already pretty much every game, but they both can still do the other thing pretty well. Not as good as the main thing they do, but they can still do it pretty well. Devin Booker can still pass, and Chris Paul can still get points pretty well. They're pretty good, man. And I want to say, yeah, man, apologize to Chris Paul. It went way far. They went way farther than what I thought they would, but I should have known that. And I'm not only saying this after they sweep the Denver Nuggets. I know I'm super late. I wish I would have said this right after they beat the Lakers, even before they beat the Lakers, because I just knew it was kind of pretty much over during Game 5 when Anthony Davis wasn't going to play and all of that anymore. So I just knew it was pretty much over. And yeah, man, it's just unfortunate for the Lakers, but this is about the Phoenix Suns, man, and props to them. I knew, and I'm going to say this, man, I got to say sorry a bunch of times and apologize a bunch of times. Because it's not only because they swept the Denver Nuggets, that's a part of it, but I wish I would have said this sooner, because I felt this way right after they beat the Lakers. The Phoenix Suns are going to the NBA Finals, and they might even win the NBA Finals. The Phoenix Suns might even win the NBA Finals. And of course, the Lakers would have more than likely won if Anthony Davis and LeBron weren't both dealing with injuries. Chris Paul was also dealing with an injury, but Devin Booker wasn't. So you had a fully healthy Devin Booker versus 75% healthy Chris Paul, with a 75% healthy LeBron, with a very bad health status, and Anthony Davis, okay? So if the Lakers were healthy, more than likely they would have won that series. And I would have said this right after. I wish I would have, because the way things have turned out and the way things look, they are the best team in the NBA right now when you look at it. They're the best team. The Phoenix Suns are the best team in the NBA. They already just beat the Denver Nuggets. The Lakers were hurt. The Denver Nuggets just got swept by them because obviously Jamal Murray wasn't there. I don't think they would have beat the Denver Nuggets, especially swept them, if Jamal Murray was there. Maybe it would have went to 6 or 7 games, but they don't beat Denver either if Jamal Murray is there. And I do believe it would have been Lakers versus the Nuggets playing each other right now, instead of and maybe the seeds would have worked out different again. So maybe it would have been even the Nuggets and the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals again. Okay, so that's why they beat the Nuggets, because Jamal Murray's not there. Lakers, they just have the best. Everything's just going good for them right now, basically, besides Chris Paul's shoulder. If everything's good with that, the Suns are the best team to win the finals. Then you got the LA Clippers, who always are falling. They're the same Clippers. The Clippers are a good team, but they are just not a championship team. The Clippers are not good enough to win the championship. even with the guys they added, even with Rajon Rondo, even with Serge Ibaka. They're just not that team. They're always coming out of a ditch. They're always trying to get back into the game, and it's either one way or the other. It's never just them. It's never just them just completely winning and shutting down any team. They're always going back and forth for the team, either trying to come out of a ditch or they're trying to keep up a lead that they almost blow. Can be up by 20 points, and then next thing you know, they're blowing a 25-point lead. So the Clippers just, I don't think, will get it done, even with all their players healthy and playing. And then on the other side, if the Jazz win, the Utah Jazz win, I just think that the Suns with Devin Booker, you have, okay, Devin Booker, Chris Paul versus Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert and those guys, Conley. And when you just look at the matchup, Devin Booker is basically going to take the place of Jamal Murray. How when Jamal Murray and Donovan Mitchell were going back and forth, back to back in last season's first round series, when they were going back to back, both getting 45 and 50 points, and they just kept going back to back getting points because they're both very good scorers. It's just he's basically going to take Jamal Murray's place right now, but the key is who he has next to him. Yes, Rudy Gobert, Conley can score. Rudy Gobert, good defensive players, but neither one of them compare to Chris Paul, and that's where the Suns are even better, even if they have to play the Utah Jazz, and that is why they will beat them in the Western Conference Finals, and they'll beat the Clippers. It doesn't matter who they're going to play at this point. They're already in it, swept the Nuggets, and everybody in the Western Conference, it didn't look like that they could beat. The only one that looked like they can beat the Suns were the Nuggets if Jamal Murray was there, and the Lakers if LeBron and Anthony Davis were healthy. The Trailblazers, I thought were going to show up and be a lot better, being that they had to face the champions in the first round last year, so that's why they didn't look that good. So, okay, they get to the first round again, and you can kind of give them an excuse a little bit. Not too much because Jamal Murray wasn't there. But you can say that the Nuggets were still in the Western Conference Finals, so they still did lose to another better team that wasn't just good on record, and they're actually good, even though it doesn't look like so because they just got swept by the Phoenix Suns. The Grizzlies couldn't compete with the Phoenix Suns. And it's just, that's just how it is, you know. So the Phoenix Suns are the best team in the NBA right now on the West and on the East because they're better than the Milwaukee Bucks because all they have is Giannis, really. You never know what Chris Middleton's going to do. Yeah, they got PJ Tucker, but he can watch Kevin Durant and put good defense on Kevin Durant. But can he do the same if they have to face the Phoenix Suns in the NBA Finals? I don't think so. Even though I'm not saying Devin Booker's a better player than Kevin Durant, that's just a different matchup. So he might not be able to deal with him the same. Okay? So they're better than the Brooklyn Nets right now, being that Kyrie Irving, I guess, is out for the rest of the playoffs or the series. I don't know what it is at this point. James Harden, I don't think is going to be able to play, coming back off the hamstring, and I just think they're going to re-injure that trying to play him, and so you only got Kevin Durant right there. So they're better than the Brooklyn Nets right now, and they're better than the 76ers, who are tied up with the Atlanta Hawks, who nobody thought would even be probably giving them that much of competition, 2-2 right now, and they're better than the Atlanta Hawks. The Phoenix Suns are the best team in the NBA right now, okay? And the only team that has a shot at beating them at this point is actually both. Honestly, it's both Eastern Conference teams, and that's in the finals. So I definitely saying that the Phoenix Suns are getting to the finals, and the only hope for them to lose at this point is if the Brooklyn Nets somehow Kyrie Irving heals fast and James Harden stays healthy and the big three all get together by that time, or if the 76ers uh, get out of this. The 76ers and the Brooklyn Nets are the most competition for the Phoenix Suns right now. I don't see it in the Western Conference side. Not the Clippers, not the Jazz. And that's it, because they already swept the Nuggets. This is Folk Solo Sports Show. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe. I'll get back with y'all, man. And one more time, man, apologize to Chris Paul, man. He definitely got it done on the Suns, man. I was wrong. I got to admit that. All right. I'm out. Peace.